Hello everybody, let's review zones for this afternoon update. Today is 6th September 2023, Wednesday. You can see S&P 500 came to third standard deviation, which is very, very, very rare. And that's like the perfect buy zone. And it hit 44.39. That's like the best opportunity you can get to buy. This is like happens very, very rarely. Usually, whenever it goes to third standard deviation, it immediately bounces, and that's what we are getting now. Same thing to the top side. If it reaches to third standard deviation, which is maybe like 5% of the times, 5 to 10% happens once in a while, it drops significantly. I won't say significant, like drop it like a bottom V, right? Like what you're getting is a vertical V right now. So that's what's happening. So whenever S&P 500 touches here, it's bouncing, and that's what it's doing. So I think that this bounce will continue, and we do have 4470 to go. So let me show you an SPY. You can see if on 1 hour chart today we had a gap down, so that gap will be filled. So it's a great opportunity if you missed buying. And if you were waiting, you can see this 1 hour candle is a recovery candle, and you can see today we had a gap down. 1 hour chart, you can see this morning it opened on a gap down, so this gap will be filled. There's this one gap, the other gap is around 456. So my target as of now from here, these two gaps fill. So it's first gap this morning 0.95, second gap is around 2.55%. No, so I don't know if they're gonna start now closing this gap by the end of the day. If not today, I think most likely this week we should at least get this morning gap done and filled, and then maybe by Friday we can have this other gap filled as well. Okay, so those are my target. And on triple Qs, which is Nasdaq ETF, cash index, same thing here. 1 hour chart, you have this gap down this morning, 377.93. And again, there are two gaps here on 1 hour chart. Those are my targets for this week. So first gap is going to be filled around 1.13% away. Second gap is around 2.43% away, and then third gap is around 3% away. All right. So these are the gaps which I'm looking to target as a potential exit of my gains. Again, all right. So on Nasdaq, you can see Nasdaq is holding stronger. So it came to only second standard deviation and now bouncing. So from here, the target is 15,701. This is Fitch downgrade, August 1st. It happened, and then from here, my final target on Nasdaq is that gap around 2.45% away. All right. Dow Jones, same thing as S&P 500, hit third standard deviation, now bouncing significantly. So again, any indices who go near third standard deviation line bounces usually rapidly. US 2000, which is small caps, also now bouncing. So you can see it came to second standard deviation, now bouncing. So today is the time to buy. Today is the time you have to look into buying. The time to sell was here when we were in the red zones for last couple of days. We came close to red zone here, and even before that, this indicator is perfectly telling me, like, look in here. Last Friday we were here. That's when you should be looking to take profits, and then wait for the green zones. And today we got into green zones. So if you can wait patiently for a couple of days, these indicators always give you profit. Okay. So anyhow, so today was the perfect day to buy, and now it's bouncing. And let's quickly look at Enbridge. This is one of the stocks down. I think there was a news. They bought some American, I think 14 billion Domino deal with America. So this is the biggest natural gas stock in Canada, and it gapped down. Okay, so perfect time to buy. There are multiple gaps. At minimum, these two gaps from here. So first gap is around 3.47, second gap is almost around 6% away. So I think these are easy 6% gains on Enbridge if you're interested to buy. Gold in the buy zone just now, touching the buy zone. 1919 is the buy zone. Silver is just bouncing from the buy zone. 22.98 is the buy zone, just bouncing now. Natural gas, again, it bounced from the buy zone, again coming back to the buy zone. So good time to buy. Crude oil in the sell zone, massive pump, still, but yeah, this is not where you want to be long. Wait for it to dip. Dollar came to the sell zone in the morning, and then that's what I was telling you in the morning. It was in the sell zone, so this is good time. I think dollar can weaken now. If it weakens towards the end of the day, expect stock market to pick up, and then gold also and Bitcoin also to pick up. Bitcoin dumping came to third standard deviation and now bouncing. So around this morning I gave levels, so now it's around 25,405. So it is still in the buy zone. These three lines. Ethereum, same thing, touch 1608, still in the buy zone in these three lines. And all, let's look at tech stock. Apple near third standard deviation, perfect time to buy. Tesla bouncing from the buy zone now. There's a gap down in the morning to 55.94. I think it wants to fill that gap. Microsoft in the middle. Google also coming close to buy zone 134.4. Meta, Facebook in the neutral zone. Amazon just the buy zone 134.69 is the buy zone. Netflix in the neutral zone. Snowflakes also in the neutral zone. Nvidia in the buy zone right now. AMD in the neutral zone. All right, so let's look at Toronto Stock Exchange, down 1% with a gap down. Now in the buy zone, around second standard deviation. Hang Seng Index, China near neutral zone. Let's look at commodities. Copper in the buy zone. Palladium, let's see, in the neutral zone. And wheat, I was telling you to buy in the buy zone here. You can see multiple tags, and today we had almost 2% upside and touched the sell zone. Now it's recovering. So yeah, so to see how nicely these indicators always work. Corn, corn is in the middle, so wait for it to come back to buy zone. Soybeans in the neutral zone. Sugar is also in the neutral zone. Let's see gold miners, Newmont mine after dividends in the buy zone. Gold miners in the buy zone. And let's look at sectors. XLK still above, still in neutral zone to 173 and below is in the buy zone. XLE filling some of these gaps, so we can delete these. Still higher. Healthcare gap down, so still good time to buy all the healthcare stocks near third standard deviation. Utilities in the buy zone. XLI in the buy zone. XLRD real estate is in the buy zone. Financials is in the buy zone. KRE regional bank ETF near second standard deviation in the buy zone. Looks like most of the stocks are in the buy zone. I don't think I need to go through all of them. ARK Shopify is also not there, but all the industrial stocks looks like they're in the buy zone. You can see UPS looks like it filled this gap. McDonald's in the buy zone. Home Depot just bouncing from the buy zone. Nike in the buy zone. Honeywell in the buy zone. Boeing in the buy zone. MasterCard not there. Visa just in the middle. Let's look at healthcare stock. UNH just touching the buy zone. ABBV healthcare stock in the buy zone. CVS just bouncing from the buy zone. Pfizer is also near third standard deviation. Good time to buy. Let's look at Chinese stocks. MCHI near neutral zone. So Chinese stocks are looking strong near neutral zone. All of these. And let's look at Canadian banks. BMO buy zone touched. Royal Bank buy zone touched. TD buy zone touched. BNS buy zone. CM buy zone. All banks are in the buy zone. All right. And American banks also looks like JP Morgan in the buy zone. Citigroup just bouncing slightly. Goldman Sachs in the buy zone. Bank of America in the buy zone. All railways are also in the buy zone. CP Rail, CNI, be it in the buy zone. WCN still higher, and looks like utilities like energy stocks are higher, but everything else looks like is in the buy zone. Let's quickly look at growth stocks. Neo near buy zone 10.43 and below. Look to buy. Lucid touching the buy zone. Nikola bouncing from the buy zone. Riot is bouncing from the buy zone. Square is in the middle. Plug is 8.23 and below. Look to buy. Palantir is in the middle. Target is in the buy zone, and Zoom is in the sell zone. All right, guys. So looks like a little bit of bounce is happening. I think there's still more room to go on the bounce. You can still again see the levels. It's in the buy zone right now. You don't want to short here. I think the short time is done. You can see what's happening. 1 minute going the lower with PPO and RSI going higher. So momentum is building. So I think we could see a pickup, ramp up towards the end of the day. All right. Okay, guys, good luck and post any comments. By the way, there is a Discord server chat link in the description. Free chat server. Join. I can reply to your charts you like. Also, there is a subscribe link if you want some more details. Want me to personally reply to your comments? Please subscribe. The YouTube channel link is also in the description of the videos. Okay, guys, have a good rest of the afternoon. Bye.